Hey everybody. I kind of had to consolidate a little bit. Been super busy, Christmas and all, and I wasn't able to get day 5, 6, and 7 done the way I wanted to. So I took Jonathan's idea, thanks for writing it in, Jonathan, about doing a Santa Claus hobo, because that's what everybody really wants. A hobo Santa Claus. Now why is it... Well, we'll get to that later. But I'm going to go ahead and do the hobo Santa Claus, and we're going to count it as those 3 days total because I got no other freaking time. Sue me. Okay, everybody, it's me again. I thought I would narrate this final installment of the 7 Days of Christmas, especially because I consolidated 3 days into one and feel like a jerk for doing it, but I just seriously don't have any time. So as you heard, we're going to do a hobo Santa Claus. Again, thanks to Jonathan for the idea. And starting here with the sketch, and as I was doing it, I was thinking, why is it that a hobo is never considered sort of politically incorrect? Like, you can say hobo, and it almost has an endearing quality to it. You say homeless guy, and everybody gets all, that's terrible. I can't believe he said homeless guy. I don't know. I don't quite get that. There's probably other examples in our society of when this happens. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. Big fan of hobos myself. And this would be the first time I've ever done a hobo Santa Claus. As you can see, we're in the inking stage of things, so we're moving right along. I went with a relatively skinny, out-of-shape Santa Claus. His beard is one of those cheap, sort of hang-from-your-ears type numbers. And he has the requisite hobo stick with a bag tied to it. I forgot the real name for that. I know there's a name, so don't write in. I just don't remember what it is. Or you can write in with what it is. Just don't give me a hard time for not knowing, because, to be honest, I barely remember my name the last couple days. At any rate, this is how I perceive a hobo Santa Claus. He's a little dirty. He's got patches on his coat, sort of tattered appearance, scuffy looking stuff. Got a Band-Aid down there on the pants. Don't ask me why. There would be a Band-Aid on the outside, not the inside. You'll also note there's a small bone, perhaps chicken bone, right there on his beard, just kind of hanging there, presumably from his last meal of whatever hobos eat. The erasing part of things. Don't ever show that very often, but I thought we'd do it today. So that's me erasing. Amazing. Tell your friends. It's just amazing. At any rate, here we are. Color stage. I'm using the Photoshop CS3 beta right now, and it's giving me a little bit of trouble. You'll see me save occasionally and have to close a dialog box when I do it. And it just started doing that today. Thus is the state, or thus is the, what you get when you're using something that's beta and not finished. So I totally understand that, and I'm not complaining. But it is irritating because it hasn't done it until today, and I don't know why. And I've done countless things since I got the beta and never had this problem. So I don't know, maybe some of you have experienced it. I'm sure Adobe will address it before they get my $800+ or whatever it is now for a copy of CS3. Anyway, coloring goes like it always goes. Got a little bit of some different colors thrown in there for Santa Claus than the usual red and black or brown. There's that Band-Aid. Some people ask, why do I start like this where, okay, there's the hat, there's the face, there's the beard, and why do I spread the colors out so far each time? Why don't I just keep going down the character? It's actually a very simple answer, and that is because I create a layer, and then on that layer I create the color, let's say the face tones or the skin tones, and the buttons and the gloves. Then I do a layer below that, and that layer can now be drawn underneath that upper layer, which means that anything I drew on the top layer, will act as a mask over what I'm doing on the bottom layer. So like on that Band-Aid, I can just rip right past the Band-Aid. Don't worry about keeping in lines or anything, because the Band-Aid's already there. I'm painting behind it, in other words. So now we move on with this gray that I used for some of this. That reminds me, somebody else brought up, why is there sometimes a big blue-purple background when I'm doing this? And the reason is when I'm doing really light colors, grays and whites, I can be really messy and not even know that I was messy because the white background tends to kind of get lost, and I'll have a lot of overage over there and it looks really crappy. So that's why I do that. Just a great way to keep in the lines. And you see sometimes I keep going even with this brown, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, turn the blue off. And pretty soon here I do. At least I think I do. Maybe. Yeah, off goes the blue. Right now. No, right now. No, there.